Hello dear students, welcome to Saiva. Today we want to discuss about Newton's second law of motion. So by definition we can say that the rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the applied force and it takes place in the direction of applied force. Once again, the rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the applied force and it takes place in the direction of applied force. That is what we call Newton's second law of motion. Right? So, the same definition we can write like this. The change in momentum with respect to time means rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force. Let us consider a body of mass m and moving with a velocity u. So here the u is what we call the initial velocity of the body. And now the momentum. The initial momentum of the body is what we called mu. Equation 1. Okay, we know that the equation for momentum, that is P is equal to mv. So here u is the initial velocity. Therefore we return the initial momentum of the body P1 is equal to mu. Okay, now we just applied an amount of force F onto the body. As a result, the body starts moving much more faster and finally reached a position, the same mass, but the velocity changed to v from u. So v is the final velocity. Now the momentum P2 is equal to mv. So final velocity v, therefore P2 momentum at this position P2 is equal to mv. Now the change in momentum, that is P2 minus P1, that is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum. Final momentum minus initial momentum. And we know that all these things happened in a particular time called t. Right? Yes. Therefore, the force applied onto the body is directly proportional to the change in momentum, that is mv minus mu divided by t. Change in momentum with respect to t. So it can be written equation 3. Again, here F is directly proportional to, here this m is common. So therefore m into v minus u divided by t. Clear? So here you just look at this particular term v minus u by t. In the lesson motion we have studied that the change in velocity with respect to time is what we call acceleration A. So v minus u, v means final velocity, u is the initial velocity and t is the time. Therefore change in velocity with time is what we call acceleration. Clear? That's equation number 4. Then F is proportional to m into, then we can write A in the place of v minus u by t. So F proportional to ma. Equation number 5. Right? Now we want to remove this proportionality sign. Therefore we are using a constant called k. F is equal to kma. And the value of this constant k is 1 in SI unit. Therefore, this particular equation which becomes F is equal to ma. It's an important expression that we are getting from Newton's second law of motion. And this relation, we can write this relation in another way, that is A is equal to F by m. Which means that the acceleration produced in the body, that is directly proportional to the applied force, and inversely proportional to the mass of the body, which means that the heavier body which produces less acceleration and a lighter body which produces more acceleration. One more important point, that is the SI unit of force. SI unit of force, that is Newton, denoted by the letter N, capital letter N. One more unit is there, that is kilogram meter per second square. How it comes? So in this particular equation, F is equal to ma. We know that the SI unit of mass is kilogram and SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square. Therefore, F is equal to kilogram meter per second square. So the SI unit of force is Newton or kilogram meter per second square. Both are correct. Okay. So these are the points about Newton's second law of motion. So once again I will recollect all the points. Newton's second law of motion. So by definition we can say that the rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the applied force and it takes place in the direction of applied force. So we just wrote this particular definition in this form, and one body having mass m with initial velocity u, and therefore the initial momentum of the body is P1 is equal to mu, and after that we just applied an amount of force to the system. As a result, the system moves with a velocity and finally reached a position with the final velocity v. Therefore P2 is equal to, the final momentum is equal to mv, then change in momentum mv minus mu. So the same expression, the force applied to the system is directly proportional to the change in momentum by t. Here m is common, therefore F is proportional to m into v minus u by t, and this v minus u by t means change in velocity with time is called acceleration. Therefore F is proportional to ma. So now we want to remove this proportionality sign. For that we used a constant called k, and the value of that k is 1 in SI unit. Therefore F is equal to kma, which becomes F is equal to ma. So this is an important expression that we get from Newton's second law of motion. It's very, very important. This entire derivation is very, very important. So acceleration A is equal to F by m, and the SI unit of force is called Newton, denoted by the letter N, capital letter N, or kilogram meter per second square. So these are the ideas about the Newton's second law of motion. Clear? I hope that this idea is very clear for you. Next time we will meet with another topic. Till then, bye.